Hi, so this is my dog Frankie, and I'm going to be teaching you a way to help your dog settle on a mat. A mat can be something simple as just a dish towel. I'm going to see if I can get him to face you guys. Come here, Pig. Junie, bug in a rug. Good girl. Junie, good girl. Okay, Frankie, come here. So what I'm doing is I'm starting with a dog that's already kind of worked up and excited, and I'm just going to lure him over to the mat, and I'm going to wait for him to close his mouth. So essentially he's not panting, he's not hyperventilating. Yes, good boy. Now I've never done this exercise with him, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take him to settle. Yes, good boy. And so he's going to offer this, that I'm not going to ask for any behaviors. I just want, yes, good boy. I want him to offer calmer behaviors. Yes, like deeper breaths, sitting or lying down. And something that'll be hard for you guys to see, I'm going to see if he starts flaring his nostrils. Good boy. And right now he's just relaxing on his own. He knows how to offer behaviors. So I'm just going to wait for him to close his mouth. And again, I'm not asking for anything. I'm even going to just relax my treats here so he's not as focused on it. And I'm just going to wait for his mouth to close. And again, this can be quite a process with a dog who's never done this before. And it's kind of just a waiting game. If your dog's having a lot of trouble calming down, you can actually take the treat towards his mouth. Yes. And do that a few times. And you're just, I like using a yes instead of a clicker for this. Yes, because most dogs get really excited when you use a clicker. And I don't want him to get excited. I want him to relax. Yes. Oh, gotta chew before you swallow, huh? And even if they're just closing their mouth like that to re-wet their tongue, that is totally fine. He has to figure out one way or another, so we're just going to yes, good boy. So anytime his mouth closes, I'm just going to reward for that. And this can take a full 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a really excited dog to just keep closing their mouth and taking deeper breaths. So again, we're looking for just a nice calm breathing, slower breathing. So every time he closes his mouth and takes a deeper breath, we're going to reward for that. And we'll also reward for any settling behaviors such as sit or down, but I'm not going to ask him to do that. I'm just going to wait for him to do it. If I tell him to do it, I don't actually know what state he's in. But if he does it on his own, then I go, okay, he is relaxing. I know, you're really worked up, huh, buddy? You got excited. So if your dog doesn't, yes, good boy, so he started to close his mouth there. Yes. If your dog doesn't pant all the time, which hopefully they don't, but if they do, it's easier. If they don't, you may have to take them on a walk or play with them to get them excited first. And that way there's a lot more, yes, good boy, difference between panting and taking a deep breath. As he continues, yes, he should close his mouth more. Yes. And notice my treats don't move until after I've said yes. So I just wait, yes, good boy. And I may take a handful. Oh, you got a freebie, huh? I might take a handful when I say yes, but I try not to touch my treats or move my treating hands until he's already done the behavior. Yes, good boy. So now he's already started to breathe more relaxed. Oh, I spoke too soon, didn't I? But once he's breathing with his mouth more closed more often, then I'm going to start waiting for nostril flares where he's going to flare his nose like an angry bull. Huh, mister? That's it. Yes, good boy. Except it'll be out of taking a deep breath, not because he's worked up. And it's all about being very quiet with your own body language. Most dogs benefit if you aren't talking too much. So this does make it harder for him to calm down because I am explaining. Sometimes they'll get up, so you just remove your treats and you wait for him to figure it out again. And again, I'll reward for any calmer behavior such as sitting, lying down, or again, closing his mouth. And the whole idea is we are helping him to gradually relax. Are we asking too much, buddy? You can come over here. Come here. Junie, bug in a rug. I know, you want to do it, huh? You already know the game. Can you bug in a rug? Release, bug in a rug. Good girl. I'll get you in a minute. Come here, pig. Frankie, come here. And if your dog won't come back, or if they keep walking away, you are practicing too long. Because Frankie's not used to offering behaviors as much. Yes, good boy. This takes him a lot longer. He's used to being lured, meaning I would show a treat to get him to start doing something. So most things I usually start him off that way, and then I get him off the treat very quickly. So he's not used to just offering the behaviors. Junie is a pro at that. If you smile at her, she will just start throwing behaviors at you until one of them gets her reward. Let's see. Yes, good boy. Oh, you dropped it. There we go. You want to have nice slow movements. You don't want to be rushing towards them to give the treat. Yes, good boy. This is actually a great position for him to be in. But what we want is we want him to associate having a mat on the floor with relaxing so that you can take him anywhere, to the vet's, to a friend's house, anything that might normally bother him or get him excited. And that way they just associate it with all these relaxing behaviors. Once they are automatically lying down and taking some deep breaths, you can also, wipe treats on the mat, such as chicken jello, which you just make with plain chicken broth and plain gelatin. Which is a nice low-calorie, tasty treat, and it's practically free. Or you could use something like canned food. Yes, good boy. I notice the really slow movements when I give the treats. That's really important. Yes, because if I move too excitedly, that's going to get him more excited again, especially if you have a dog that's normally bouncing off the walls. He thankfully isn't that excitable, but yes, if you've got one, this exercise, if you just work on it a couple minutes a day, can really, really, really help calm them down. Yes, it's a great exercise to do before and after walks. Yes, at the end of a long day when you're tired, it's a nice, easy exercise for you to do because all you have to do is sit still. Yes, good boy. And the last behaviors you'd be looking for if you have your dog in a nice relaxed down like this, yes, and they're no longer panting. Again, you're looking for nostril flares, or with some dogs, yes, what you'll actually see is the skin close around their nostrils is going to tighten up. That's what it looks like when my other dog breathes. You don't ever see a nostril flare with her. Yes, good boy. But you can start looking for other relaxing behaviors, such as the ear set moving down, or the eyes kind of blinking and getting a little more sleepy. Yes. My other dog, Junie, will actually rest her chin on my knee, and that's a behavior she came up with on her own. Yes, good boy. And then when you're done, and they're nice and relaxed, yes, you can then release them. Frankie, okay. There we go. All right, Junie, you want your turn.